if I'm going to draw this problem, let's start off with 17. It's the first number they give me. So to draw 17, Violet, how many tens would I need to draw for 17?
You would need 10. Well, I mean 1. You would need 1.
We need 1 10. And then what about the ones? How many ones would I need?
You need 7
7.
ones.
Okay, so we're going to draw 1 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll try some on our own today, Bella. Okay, what about 15? If I was going to draw the number 15, Jadine, how many tens would I need? Okay, Chase. How many tens would I need, Jadine, for the number 15?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the number 15?
Mm-hmm.
Only 110.
Only 1 10. What about the ones? How many ones would I need?
5 of them.
5 of them. So I'm going to draw my line. Again, I'm going to use that same corner, that same starting point. 1 10, and then Jadine said 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I'm going to start making my copies or my clones or however you want to think about them. First, I'm going to take the line. I'm going to make copies of the line. Okay. So here's my 10, my line. I'm going to make another copy at the end of that 10. Every time I see a dot, I'm going to make a copy of that line. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my ones. Every place I made a copy of my 10, I'm going to make a copy of my going all the way across. And I'm going to do the same thing for all of my ones.
Okay, so yes. How do you look? Huh? Put them away,
Just make sure that you try to keep everything lined up.
I would keep one out. Yeah. You trust me more. It's okay.
Just like that. I made copies for 15. Now I'm going to make the copies for 17. I'm going to start with the 10. I'm going to make it at the bottom of these lines, between these dots here, all the way down bottom. Then I'm going to make copies of the ones. Bottom of that line. Every time I see a dot. Now my sketch is finished. Now I can start counting, and I can start figuring out what my answer is. I always start with the hundreds because they're the biggest. They're the easiest for me to count. The big squares. If I count the hundreds, just the hundreds for now, what number would I end up with? Bella?
One.
There's just one of them, so how many would it be?
100.
100. Okay. Now I have to count my tens, my lines. If I count just the tens, and remember, every time I count a 10, I'm counting 10, 20, 30. If I count all of them, what would I end up with? Counted all of these tens here. Jadine?
Oh, I know there's 100 in them.
There's at least 100, you're right. So whenever I see that there's a lot of them, I like to be pretty careful and take it a little bit slower. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So when you're counting your tens, when you get to 100, or if you get to, 2 or even 300, if you get there, don't stop when you get to 100. Keep on counting until you're finished with all the tens. We know we had 100 for the hundreds, and 120 for the tens. So let's add those two up before we count the ones. 0 plus 0 is 0. What's 0 plus 2? Alexa?
0 plus 2 is 2.
2. What's 1 plus 1? Chase? 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay. So I counted my hundreds. I counted my tens. Now I need to count my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. What is 0 plus 5? Chase, what's 0 plus 5? 5. What is 2 plus 3? Bella?
5.
5. And 2 plus nothing would be 2. So my answer, 17 times 15, be 255. Let's try one more together before we try one on our own. We'll do 16. 16 times 12. 16 times 12. If I was going to draw or sketch the number 16, how many tens would I need? Bradley?
What was the question again?
If I was going to sketch the number 16, how many tens would I need?
1,
1. And how many ones would I need?
6.
6. Okay, so 1 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. Okay. What about my other number, 12? If I was going to sketch 12, how many tens would I need? Jadine?
2 ones?
2 ones and how many tens?
1.
Okay. So I always start with the tens because they're bigger. So I need 1 10, you said, and then 2 ones. So 1 10 and 1, 2 ones. Okay. Now I start making my copies of my tens and my ones. I'm going to make a copy of my 10 at the end of the other 10 here. And every time I see a 1. Then I'm going to start making copies of my ones. Every place I put a copy of the 10, I'm going to put a copy of the 1. Same thing for the other 1. I made my copies going across. Now I'm going to make my copies down. I'm going to make a copy of this 10 at the bottom of these 10s. And in between these 2 dots. Then I'm going to start making copies of my 1s. Every place I put a copy of the 10, I'm going to put a copy of the 1. Okay, sketch is done. I have 16 times 12. If I count just my hundreds, how many hundreds do I have? Alexa?
You only have 100, so that's going to be 100.
Okay, so 100. Okay, now I need to count the tens. If I count all of my tens, how many tens would I have? Ezekiel? How many tens do I have here, Ezekiel?
7 tens.
Did we count all of them? Did we check?
Yes.
Okay, let's check. Here's 10, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I had 8 tens because I ended up with 80.
I think I miscounted it.
It might have been. That's why when I have a sketch, I like to use the tip of my pencil to help me count. Especially if I kind of draw them a little bit smaller, or if I put them a little bit closer together, it's very, very easy to skip one or two of these. So I always use the end of my pencil, and if you notice, like on the tens, I like to trace the bottom part of it to make sure I'm not skipping anything. 80, 8 tens. Let's add those up before I count the ones. 0 plus 0 is 0. What's 0 plus 8? Chase? 8. 1 plus nothing. What's 1 plus nothing? Bailey? 1. Okay. Now remember, 180 is not my answer. Not until I count the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's add 12. What's 0 plus 2? 0 plus 2. Bella?
2.
2. What's 8 plus 1? What would I get? Alexa?
9.
9. And 1 plus nothing would be what? Kylie?
1.
1. So my answer would be 192.